Calaroga Shark Media.
The Daily Comedy News Podcast is like real life. If you didn't listen to The Weekend, it was a lot of fun. The Weekend was silly, and there was some alcohol involved. But now, it's Monday morning, and Monday mornings are kind of like, I hate Monday morning. So we're going to talk about politics. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac with your Daily Comedy News. Roy Wood Jr. to Rolling Stone. They were curious. Politics in America can feel pretty bleak right now. How do you even begin to make it funny? Roy Wood Jr. said, I think you make it truthful first, and from there, funny will follow. There are a lot of things happening right now that you can't necessarily go, well, what's the funny part of all the deportations? But if you go, what's the funny part about the policies or the hypocrisy of it or National Guard troops sleeping in public because you sent them there without hotel accommodations, you can find the moments of truth in the midst of all this calamity. And through that, you're able to find the humor. Roy said, there's always some injustice. There's always somebody dead that shouldn't have died. I've been doing comedy for 27, 28 years now. So there isn't some sort of, oh, what? They're doing what now? Well, let me really dial in and make it funny. I don't think any comedian that attacks issues in this world is doing anything different than they were 10 or 15 years ago. John Oliver, Jon Stewart, Bill Maher, take your pick. They're doing what they've always done, but it feels different, affects you differently. Water tastes different when you're thirsty. I don't think any comedian sits down to write the joke that's going to heal you. I see you're in pain. Try this joke. We're here to provide escape, the solutions. That's not our responsibility. Joe Rogan, who might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. I've got a story that I haven't been able to get to, maybe tomorrow. Joe Rogan suggested President Trump should replace Gavin Newsom as governor of California and fix California after Trump finishes his second term as U.S. president. Rogan said, just take over California and fix it. It'd be hilarious if he did. It would be one of the funniest things of all time if an 82-year-old man steps into the office of governor of California. Rogan said he recently spoke with a friend who is leaving Los Angeles because that friend can't stand the state's politics anymore. Rogan said, it's like everybody went crazy. It's like there's something that happened because of the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter protests and the riots and all the chaos. Whatever the temperature of the society was, it hit societal global warming where it's like, it's time to investigate Greenland. It's time to move north. Like, this is a bad climate now. This sucks. Now, as wise as Joe Rogan may or may not be, there is a flaw in his logic. You see, the next California gubernatorial election is in 2026, so Trump wouldn't be able to run until the 2030 election, at which point President Donald Trump would be 84 years old. Newsweek caught up with Leslie Jones. They covered a whole bunch of topics. One thing I thought was interesting, she says, I don't think it is now, but I think when I first came out, it was harder for women to have blue comedic material. I think now it's more open for us just to be as dirty as the men. New topic, Leslie feels there has to be a change in late night. When you look at late night, all you see is white men in blue suits. And I'm not saying that they're not bomb. I love Jimmy. I love Seth. I love Stephen Colbert. But it's all we've ever seen. Wait, which Jimmy do you love? She said, I love Jimmy. I love Seth. I love Stephen Colbert. Now, in that order, Seth is on NBC. Was her brain thinking NBC? Does she love Jimmy Kimmel but not love Jimmy Fallon? Should I start a controversy? Leslie's view is that the late night shakeup includes better writing and a woman host, ideally a black woman like herself, and more love coming through the TV. She was asked about the new season of SNL and said, when you leave SNL, you don't pay attention to what's going on. I do know they don't have a black woman on there. That's one thing I have paid attention to. Peacock announced the official premiere for Tiffany Haddish Goes Off, a new docuseries out November 13th. The new series follows Tiffany Haddish and her childhood friends as they explore the continent of Africa. 6 episodes. The women travel to places including Cape Town, Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, and Zanzibar. We're told throughout the trip, they take on new adventures, deepen their lifelong friendship, and explore personal connections to the continent. The raw, vulnerable, and unpredictable version of Tiffany Haddish will leave the viewer crying with laughter and sobbing from heartfelt, relatable, and real-time self-healing. Bert Kreischer had Sebastian Maniscalco on. Sebastian recently played the Riyadh Comedy Festival. This was on the Two Bears, One Cave podcast. Now, I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, but I was curious, did Bert Kreischer ask Sebastian about the Riyadh Comedy Festival? But I did a search on the transcript. Now, how I do this is I open up on my desktop computer, and I phrased it that way because I'm from 1980. On my desktop computer, I opened up the Apple Podcast app, and I did a search for find. I searched for the word Riyadh, nothing came up. I searched for the word Saudi, nothing came up. And I was like, perhaps search isn't working. I should test this. So I searched for the word pasta, and pasta did come up in context in the transcript. I don't know who's saying this, but the words are, they go out to dinner, and you're like, hey, can we get the pasta with it? Oh, we don't do that anymore. You don't do that anymore? It's like you get upset that you can't share that experience with somebody else. So that's what they talked about on the podcast. Bert Kreischer was very, very excited about this interview with Sebastian Maniscalco, just back from the Riyadh Comedy Festival, that he shared this hilarious clip.
Your special is phenomenal. I love where you shot it. So good.
It's expensive.
You have such an ability to make me giggle that I can't figure out. You and Nate Bargatze are the two people who can make me laugh, and I can't figure out how to replicate what you do. That's it. You're done. Do you need to do anything else?
What are we doing? What else do you have to do on top of the stand-up comedy? I mean, you're a guy who's dabbling in a lot of facets of entertainment. How long is this going to go on? I'm sure you guys are all asking. You're like, what? How long do we have to come to this house?
I should probably finish the Jim Gaffigan bourbon article, right? Otherwise, it'll be like December 30th, and I'll want to have pre-taped the day. And he'll be like, John, you did 3/4 of that article 4 months ago. Why is this coming up today? Did you pre-tape today? And the answer will be yes. But instead, I'll just clear it out right now. Now, in case you missed the weekend, and you should go back and listen because Johnny Mac was entertaining himself, Jim Gaffigan sat down with Garden and Gun. And I'm still confused why the website is called Garden and Gun. And the topic is Jim Gaffigan's love of bourbon. We also learned yesterday Jim Gaffigan is afraid to offend anyone lest he lose even one person in the audience. He'll couch everything safely. Jim said, what I've learned through my stand-up is that when I come up with material while I make fun of something, I'll then go do that thing. I made fun of hiking. I enjoy hiking. I made fun of grapefruit juice. I love grapefruit juice now. Maybe he should start making fun of not calling people back who helped his career early in the serious days. Sorry, I digress. Jim said, I'm from the Midwest, and one of those was making fun of all those Midwestern dads with basement bars, and now I have a bar I constructed, but sharing a drink with my brothers and their spouses in that bar is one of my favorite moments. Now, Tom Wilms, who for Garden Gun asked Jim Gaffigan all these questions, they did a lightning round. Question number 1, what's the best time of a bourbon? Jim, I'm not a day drinker and usually like 2 and done. Oh, he's a lightweight. But if I'm here in Louisville and we're sampling, then it's a whole different thing. Question number 2, neat rocks or cocktail? Jim, I'm a big rock guy, but I like it neat. It has to be of a certain quality to be neat. I do like things cold. I mean, I look like a snowman. I should like ice. Hilarious, Jim. Question number 3, what's your best, worst dad joke? Jim Gaffigan said, here's the thing about dad jokes. The enjoyment that a father feels in doing a dad joke is the discomfort it inflicts on the child. It's not about it being funny. Like 8-year-olds, they think it's funny. They're just figuring it out. They're dumb. But it's about the annoyance it provides to a teenager. It's the punishment of it. Spinal Tap is back yet again. No, this isn't a rerun. This isn't a 3-month-old episode. This is new news about Spinal Tap. They've announced a concert movie, Spinal Tap at Stonehenge, the final finale. Good title. You see, Spinal Tap at Stonehenge, the final finale, captures a secretly staged concert at the famed megalithic structure in England. It features appearances from Shania Twain, Eric Clapton, and Josh Groban. It'll be on IMAX in 2026. It is described as the first ever rock concert at the historic English heritage site. Some fact checkers pointed out, dude, the Thompson twins played there. Bleecker Street CEO Kent Sanderson said in a statement, I'm told this is it. They're really serious this time. Well, this is ostensibly the end. How fitting it is that the actual probable send-off is shot historically at Stonehenge, the mysterious landmark that we now know must have been erected thousands of years ago purely to serve as the setting for the last act of Spinal Tap. Congratulations to BJ Novak. You know him from The Office. Well, Fox has taken an equity stake in his chain food service. Do you know this? Chain started as a West Hollywood parking lot pop-up in which a Michelin-starred chef crafted homages to nostalgic chain restaurant classics. Yeah, they did collabs with Taco Bell. You know, I could go for some Taco Bell today. Maybe I'll take a ride. Sometimes Taco Bell hits the spot. Like, I teach on Monday nights, and for some reason, at like 8:45 p.m. on a Monday night, driving home, knowing I'm going to watch Monday Night Football, the like super basic Taco Bell beef taco, soft, nothing on it, just hits the spot. I know some of you think it's like meat-like product wrapped in paper, but it hits the spot sometimes. Anyway, with collabs with Taco Bell and Pizza Hut, Jack in the Box. We need some Jack in the Boxes on the East Coast. Oh, I was just out in L.A. In-N-Out Burger is the jam. You guys, whew, we got to get that in New Jersey. Pepsi, Dunkin', and Panda Express on the menu. Chain pop-ups became one of the hottest tickets in town. Now, what is this development deal? I don't understand it either. Apparently, Chain Media gets a first-look development deal at Fox with the potential for original content placement on Gordon Ramsay's food content platform Byte and in vertical videos on Holy Water. What's Holy Water? Apparently, it's an AI microdramas producer and platform. BJ Novak said, food continues to define culture. It's how we celebrate. It's how we remember. It's how we connect. No one understands how to turn culinary storytelling into cultural obsession like Fox Entertainment and Studio Ramsey Global. We're excited to work together to bring chain experiences to more people. Judd Apatow joked that Adam Sandler, the great dramatic actor, blew him off after booking SNL. Judd used to room with Adam Sandler. Yeah, they were living together when Adam Sandler auditioned for SNL. Judd said, it was a fun time because all we were doing every day was trying to write jokes and get up on stage at the Improv at night and tell those jokes. We were very focused. We didn't have much more to our lives. We had no responsibility whatsoever, and we were just hustling. We all knew Adam was going to make it. He was just remarkably funny to be around, really, and had so much charisma, so we all thought it was going to happen. We were just interested to see how it was going to happen, and then it did. One day, Adam Sandler said, I'm going to go audition for Saturday Night Live, and the next day he said, I got it. Then he left me alone in the apartment. Judd has a new book. Adam Sandler wrote a blurb for the book saying, Judd Apatow has put together an amazing scrapbook of his life and career. The best part, there's a lot of pictures, and the stuff that isn't pictures, you don't even have to look at. Now, if you do read the words, you'll be delighted. But again, personally, I didn't. And Amy Schumer posted a selfie on Instagram while wearing a sports bra. Yeah, she captioned it, no filter, no filler, no clean mirror. She was showing off her weight loss. And that is your comedy news for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. If you'd like the program without commercial interruption, open up Apple Podcasts. There's a banner there. It says uninterrupted listening. You click on that, and then you get 30 days free trial. Then what happens on day 31 is you go, I forgot I even did that. And then I charge you $4.99 to get this show and a bunch of others on the network commercial free. Well, those first 30 those are on me. Then you give me money. So I get the $5. Then Apple takes a third of it. I should actually do the math on this. I think they take 30%. All right, so 0.7 times 5. John, you're terrible at math. And it's actually $4.99. Should we do? Let's make it totally accurate while we're doing this. All right, 0.7 times $4.99. $3.49 and 3/1000 of a cent. Now, my business partner gets half of that. So there's $1.75, we'll call it, $174.65. So that's how much there is there. And then the government's going to take tax out of that, right? What do they take? 28%? I'm only going to see what? 72% of the $1.74.65? So I get $1.25 if you click that banner and forget to cancel it. But seriously, it's a great way to support the show. You get this one, 5 good news stories, and a bunch of other things on the network, all commercial free. And believe me, a lot of you do it, and it adds up. I look at the big number, and I'm like, this is great. I just forget to do the, Apple takes a cut, Mark gets half, and income tax. Anyway, thanks for the $1.25. See you tomorrow.